Greetings, sentient beings. This program is not intended for children. There will be adult language and adult themes. So far, just sitting here chatting with Pirate Kitty. See who else shows up. So, how's things been going with you as far as work and that goes?
Work has been, well, actually better. They hired a bunch of new people now, so it's not just me working all the time to close the store by myself.
That's good. Yeah, I've seen the Walmarts around here seem to be advertising more aggressively for more people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're trying to bring people in, mostly on a temporary or a part-time basis, but, it is what it is.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Nothing different, same stuff. Spending a lot of time making custom boxes to mail off packages because the damn Lego boxes are all too long to fit in most standard boxes. Which doesn't help with the postage rates. I lose a lot of orders because people balk at how much the shipping's going to cost, but it's like anything that's more than 12 inches long, the post office charges a higher rate for. And a lot of the Lego boxes are like 16 to 20 inches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my boyfriend was having that issue when he was trying to, he was trying to sell an amp. And an amp is a big thing.
Yep.
And
if you're trying to sell stuff online, people just are never prepared for any shipping charges being more than $5.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, it's like I get people from other countries who say they're interested in stuff, and it's like, yeah, the shipping's going to charge you more than the purchase price.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing I can do about it because that's what the post office is going to charge me.
Yep. Yeah, it's ridiculous sometimes, but what are you going to do?
Yep. I have a particularly squirrely kitty tonight, which I'm glad to see he's being active and in a good mood, but he is insisting I keep him entertained today.
So did he was having problems with his ears, right?
Yeah.
Did that get taken care of?
Yeah, we had 3 weeks that I had to be cleaning his ears every day and putting drops in his ears twice a day, and he was not at all happy about that. But yeah, that's been over for about a week now, so he's forgiven me and back to the normal routine again. But he had gotten to the point that he didn't want to get up in the chair and be next to me because he was afraid I was going to tug on his ears.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
And I get it. He doesn't understand. It's things like that I just wish there was some way I could explain to him why this is necessary.
Mm-hmm. That would make life so much easier when it comes to animals.
Yeah. But he's definitely feeling better.
That's good.
Because, before it was obviously hurting him because there were times that he would scratch his ears with his back claw until he screamed. So obviously it was bugging him and he was trying to get something out of there, and putting his claws in there wasn't helping.
What was wrong with him?
Just an ear infection. And we have Jenny. There. We have Jenny.
Hello, Purpage. Hello, Kitty.
Hello.
I'm having trouble clicking because my trackball isn't working right either, so a lot of times it's double clicking when I just try to do a single click.
I'm sorry to hear that you're having a problem with your balls.
Yeah. Well,
speaking of balls. No, but no, kind of.
Oh, we got Doc Fearson in the side chat now.
Hey, Doc.
Doc, baby. Did you get through the storms okay, Doc?
Was Doc getting beat up in the storms? I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah, there were some nasty storms rolled through Iowa in the last day or two. Today, yesterday, all that stuff. We got 2.5 inches of rain here. But we at least broke our string of 90-degree days.
We had some rain pass through here, a bit of a thunderstorm, but it really wasn't anything significant.
Apparently there was some pretty nasty ones in western Minnesota.
Yeah, but I guess everything must have just kind of, swung a bit south of us as it passed through. Oh. So, I don't know if everybody's heard about Mama Atheist, that she was in for some surgery to have a pain relief device replaced.
Mm-hmm.
But she had some reactions to the medication.
Yep.
I think she went into anaphylactic shock. So she's doing okay now, but she's still in the hospital being monitored, and she's in considerable pain.
I understand they did another surgery on her, or did the surgery. They couldn't, of course, at first because of her reaction.
Well, last I heard they had delayed the surgery. Did they try it again today?
I think I got that from
Let's
Twitter.
See.
It's a little confusing.
I hadn't seen anything on them trying the surgery, just that they had disconnected her from the big floor monitor and put her on a little portable monitor that, she could wear around, although I don't even know if she's able to get out of bed or not.
The only thing that she's tweeted since then is being lucky to have family while she's at the hospital.
Yeah, that was just like 10 minutes ago. I saw that.
Yeah, but that was posted 7 hours ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Twitter's funky sometimes.
I guess I didn't look at the timestamp. I didn't realize there'd been that much of a delay.
It sucks sometimes how long it takes Twitter to be like, oh, hey, here's something someone has posted.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that would have been nice to know like 12 hours ago.
So anyway, if people should send her floofs and cartoons and just anything happy. All right. So Jenny, what have you been doing?
Oh, nothing. Just hanging out, watching the tube, fucking around on Twitter, fucking around on YouTube, fucking around on Discord. Just a lot of fucking around.
Sorry, I hiccuped.
Well, that should be a fun thing.
Trying to find a new therapist.
Oh, what happened with your old therapist?
Oh, I don't want to get into details in public on that.
Okay.
I'll be glad to talk about it privately, but I don't want it not on the air.
All right, that's fine.
I think I need to find one myself.
Yeah, it can be difficult to find a therapist that, it's a relationship that you need to make a connection with. Mm-hmm. And I've had some good therapists and some really crappy therapists over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I'm not even actually sure what I need to look for, because like somebody shared the other day a bit of information that I had not been aware of, and you guys might have saw the tweet where I was like, somebody told me that anxiety can manifest itself as anger depending on a person, and that just explains so many things about me when I get to work and stuff. Being anxious about whatever's going on at work, getting there, and then being super angry at all of my coworkers and all of the customers. And
yeah,
I didn't see the Twitter thread, but I know that can happen.
What you look for is, first of all, somebody who will get paid by your insurance.
Right.
Secondly, that they have experience dealing with people that fit your profile. And after that, it's just who you jive with. You'd have 2 therapists, and one doesn't feel right, and the other one you feel like you've known forever.
Yeah, a large part of it is really, the same thing you'd look for in, is this somebody that I can be friends and hang out with?
Although if they cross that bridge, they're not a very good therapist.
Well, no, but I just mean, kind of, you need to have that kind of feeling, because you've got to be relaxed talking to them. If they, make you edgy, you're not likely to make any progress.
Right. I've been seeing my therapist for almost 2 years now. Without going into details, my issues have entered a realm that she's not experienced enough dealing with, so she suggested somebody else. We'll just put it that way. I'm fucking more nuts than anybody thinks.
I tend to think that everybody's pretty nuts. It's just there's so many different ways to be nuts that it's hard to identify it. I haven't been in therapy for quite a few years, but yeah, for 30 some years, I was pretty much in therapy of one sort or another. And unfortunately, for most of that time, they had not given me a correct diagnosis. So that's a large part of it. It's hard to make progress when they can't figure out what the problem is.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I have some other unrelated issues that never got addressed, and some of them at this point I feel is probably just not worth digging into my childhood about.
Although you never know, where that shit takes you.
Yeah, well, but see, I've got a mental block of about 10 years. And if I've worked that hard to keep myself from remembering that, I don't really know if I want to dig all that up again.
Yeah, that's one of those things. It's like, is it worth it?
Well, and for me, I don't think it is, because it's clear that my family will not acknowledge any of the stuff that has been brought out.
Yeah.
I mean, just the basic stuff, like, just my being out of their religion and, not fitting the standard model of just wanting a wife and being monogamous. It's like, I made it clear, so they all know about that, but it's like anytime any of those subjects come up, somebody wants to just switch the subject before I have a chance to say anything. So they've got a big thing about, if we don't talk about it, it never actually happened.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
Having a lot of problems with my cough, but I know that's just allergy crap. I've been doing landscaping around the building, and that's just stirred up a lot of the stuff. I don't know specifically which plants, but tree pollen.
It's one of those good things about working inside is I don't actually have to worry about allergies.
Yeah, well, it's one of my problems with the whole COVID thing. It's like, the only symptom that they talk about that I don't normally have is a fever. I could have all the other symptoms, and I would not realize for at least a month that I'm sick.
Oh, wow. I just came across something I think I'm going to read.
Okay.
Do you ever follow the Palmer Report?
I'm not familiar with it.
I don't know if I want to call him a journalist or not. I think he calls himself a journalist. Mostly he's an opinionated person from the left who absolutely despises Bush or Bush. Well, you
Hey,
despise
Faye.
Bush too, but despised Trump. And he brings up various points and kind of does a self-generated analysis of them and tries to not so much make magical predictions as to indicate where he thinks things are leading or meaning or stuff like that. So, anyways, the title of this is Donald Trump just gave away something big with his latest Walter Reed story. And we all know Walter Reed is the hospital, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not clear Donald Trump was hoping to accomplish what he was hoping to accomplish when he called into the Sean Hannity show on Thursday night. He spent most of the quote interview unquote rambling incoherently, even as Sean Hannity tried and failed to keep him on track. Trump's most revealing moment was when he began ranting about Walter Reed Medical Center. Donald Trump claimed that he, quote, very recently, unquote, visited Walter Reed and took a cognitive test while he was there. There are only two possibilities here. One is that he's talking about real or imaginary recent visit. The other is that he's referring to his now infamous Walter Reed trip late last year, which is anything but recent. Either way, Trump is insisting that he took a cognitive test while he was there and that the doctors were surprised at how well he did on it. Again, we don't know if Walter Reed actually performed this test or if Trump is just making up the entire story. But here's the thing. Trump just said that the doctors were surprised he did well on the cognitive test. Think about that. He's painting a scenario in which the doctors were expecting him to do poorly on a cognitive exam, which has the basic questions that to essentially determine whether you're senile or not. Donald Trump is saying that the doctors thought he was senile until they tested him and found out he wasn't. He just gave away that he knows other people perceive him as being some degree of senile when they interact with him. Even in that, even what is probably a made-up story, he still has other characters perceiving him as senile. Trump getting treated by... I'm sorry, this is a clumsy sentence.
Isn't this kind of like the arguments about the Bible, that if God wrote it himself, why does he appear to be such a monster in it?
Trump be getting treated this way by his handlers, and he must have picked up on it. Now he's defensive about it. Well, yeah, maybe.
Well, you know what I read? You know what else I just read earlier today? The Supreme Court basically said that he has to turn over his tax documents to New York for them to complete their or to do their law investigation for whatever it was that was going on there.
Yep.
Oh, I thought I read that the prosecutors got his taxes.
I saw something about them getting his financial records. It didn't specifically say anything about taxes. So I wasn't clear on what they meant by that.
The whole thing has been about his tax returns as the essential core of his financial records. And what they're hoping for is that once they get those, it's going to open up to all kinds of other bullshit that he's been involved in over the years, not just this one particular case. The case that the New York DA is working on is where did the money come and go from that was paid to the two women Well,
Well, and
during
that's
the
the thing,
campaign
that if
for
they get
hush
his
money.
tax records, he's got to show receipts for a bunch of things he paid for. So then they can find out who the money went to.
The most important part is that the Supreme Court has basically negated his claims of absolute immunity from the law.
Yep.
Yep. And I'm sure he's pissed about that because he's feeling that, he gave so many of them their jobs. How can they do this to him? It's like, yeah.
The Supreme Court is disappointing him. And he is breaking down.
Faye, I like your voice so much.
Yep. Faye has a very soothing voice.
Oh,
You really
my
do.
voice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not that fond of it myself.
Oh,
Well, it always sounds different inside than outside.
yeah.
Mm.
Apparently other people like my voice a lot better than I do.
I think everybody, nobody really likes their own voice.
Well, I was recorded by a teacher when I was in the 7th grade, and I didn't recognize my own voice coming out of the recorder, and I'm like, who is that? And she goes, it's you. That's how ridiculous you sound.
Oh,
She said, that's how ridiculous you sound, and you shouldn't talk that way. And I, but I'm not doing that on purpose. That's my voice. So I did everything I could to lower my voice. And
I can
this
see
is
that
as
that could
low
make
as it
you.
goes.
I can see that would make you self-conscious.
Harry Connick Jr. Called me fucking Minnie Mouse to my face.
wow.
I have, of course,
Yeah.
am very sensitive about my voice.
I was
But
talking to
I have.
Ben Wolf, the bassist for his band, and I was in line for an autograph. And I'm talking to Ben, and I was next. I didn't know. And Harry Connick Jr. says, hey, Minnie Mouse, turn around. You want an autograph or what? Yeah.
Yeah, that's just rude.
Who was that?
Harry Connick fucking Jr.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. Had a great time at his concert until after.
Jeez.
And
That's just
I did get invited to go out, and hang out and have dinner with them, but my sister was like, it's way late, we have to go. And I'm like, okay. So I said goodbye to Ben and we left. But I was
He
pissed.
seems like he'd just be a very cool person and a good friend, but like they say, never meet your heroes.
I just wanted an autograph and I ended up with a memory of, yeah, this guy is mocking my way of speaking, which was another thing that made me vow to change my voice.
Well, you don't have a Minnie Mouse kind of voice at all.
Well, it's because I've done everything I could to lower it an octave.
Yeah.
This is a lot of screaming, smoking, everything I could to lower my voice.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, as I started to say before, I'm of course very sensitive about my voice. Most transgender women are, but
Yeah.
I have one person on YouTube who says that she's actually a fan of my voice and is in love with my voice, and says other interesting things in private too. That was a real blowaway. That I was just like, what? Yes. Stop it.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it was very affirming and all that good stuff. I appreciate it. It's just so weird to think about.
Nacho's been very encouraging to me about my voice when I've done the edited videos.
I like your voice too. First of all, I was shocked when the first time I heard your voice. Your voice sounds your voice sounds like an old man. Okay, like way old. Um, but
Oh,
it doesn't at the same time. Meaning I
I'm
would expect
55. I'm not
an,
old.
an old man's voice to have a lot of shakiness to it and breathiness and that sort of thing. And you don't have any of those features, but just the tone and I don't know the right word to describe it.
Yeah.
It has a certain sharpness in its graveliness. That's just very attractive.
Well, thank you for that. It has also been one of the things that I haven't been able to present female very much because I don't feel I can control my voice to sound like anything else. So the voice pretty much blows the whole thing off.
Where is this? Which tab are you guys on?
I mean, which tab?
I've got like 3 tabs open in. There we go. I have this bad habit of opening a new tab to do something and then opening another tab and then not tab, new window. And then another window, and then I've got like 7 windows open and I can't figure out what I'm looking at is where.
I often have that problem of not being able to figure out which tab the sound is coming from.
I want purple hair.
Me too.
You don't want my hair, believe me.
I've been contemplating cutting my hair super short and dyeing it green.
Oh, geez, this meme. I don't know how to take it.
Like mermaid green.
Well, since we don't know what you look like, I can't imagine how that would look on you.
So guys, you guys were talking about voice, and there was this video that I had seen years ago. It was just before I got on Twitter and met all you guys, and I had always been self-conscious about my voice. I thought I hear my voice not as high or as feminine as I think it should be, but we all hear our voices differently. And I started looking for videos, and this is where I found this girl named Gloria AC, and she had this video where she was talking about how she trained her voice, and she's talking and she goes from her girl voice, which like I didn't even realize it was just voice training. I'm like, oh, okay. And then she goes, and then this is my male voice, and she starts talking, and it's just like, okay, these words are not coming out of this woman's mouth. And I just found one of her videos. And I'm trying to get close to the part where she does that so I can show you guys without like triggering copyright.
Okay. There in the transgender woman or trans woman community, there's this kind of little secret thing that we do amongst ourselves. Some will certainly do it publicly, like you're describing right now, but it's people flip-flopping in their voices because people are curious, well, what did your voice sound like before? Because there's so many people who are so good at their voice training. Oh my God. There's one woman, I won't give her name, but she's on Twitter, and she does singing, and her voice is just spectacular. And then I heard her original voice, and it was like just total mindfuck.
Okay, Purple, I found it. Go ahead.
Yep.
Share my screen for a second.
I'm trying to. There we go.
It's very easy. I think everyone should be able to accomplish this in about 2 seconds. And it goes something like this. Let me introduce to you my male voice again.
All right. Oh, here it is. Hey, how you doing? All right, I'm back. Yeah, so this is where I started this voice right here. This is my male voice. And I'm going to push it into falsetto. So this is going to sound pretty weird. I've done my female voice for so long that actually going to falsetto now is pretty.
And
Go back,
from
and this
sounding
is
male to female. Yeah. There's gonna be many parts to this because I don't think I can cover it all in one.
But yeah, I don't want to trigger any kind of copyright. I don't know if this is on YouTube somewhere else, but
yeah. I'm dropping a link in the YouTube chat that a channel I found is a trans woman who gives voice lessons.
Interesting.
Just about how to make your voice more feminine.
There's actually several on YouTube several trans women who do that. There's one who is particularly good and gets over $100 an hour for private lessons. I would love to hook up with her, but I just can't afford it.
excuse me.
I don't know. And I do mean this with love, Pirate Kitty. Having a deeper range for a female voice, I think, is more advantageous. Because I've been told all my life that I sound like a child or a cartoon character, and that's why I was left out in promotions and all kinds of things. I mean, I had incentive for lowering my register.
I'm not saying like I've come to terms with my voice. I'm not like I don't have a problem with it anymore. But like if you want to talk about a voice that gets people thinking that they're a child, Purple, share my screen again. Okay, listen to this girl. She is an adult. She's in her 20s.
Mm-hmm.
April 8th was a very important day. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mochi. Happy birthday to you.
I was higher than that.
Really?
Yeah. And my little cousin's daughter, she's got an elf voice too.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been accused of putting it on when it's her real voice.
One of the women on YouTube, trans women who teaches, has that kind of range. She can do her male voice, or excuse me, her original voice. I don't like calling it male voice. It's insulting in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Her original voice, and can range all the way up to a cartoon character. That's just particularly incredible that she has that kind of range. I wish I could do that. Optionally, but I think you're absolutely correct, Faye. That a woman with a more authoritative voice it's always the deeper voice that's considered to be authoritative, and a lot of times they will not use a woman's voice in fixed GPS. Fixed meaning they only have one voice, and various other things, media commercials and things like that, because the female voice is not considered authoritative. Of course, that's defined that way by the patriarchal society, and men who have mommy issues, but that
Mommy issues? What do you mean by mommy issues?
Wouldn't men who have mommy issues?
I knew exactly what she meant.
I don't know what she means by that.
Now, are you saying that sarcastically? Now I don't understand.
I take it you mean how they talk about women having daddy issues and just flipping that.
No. When I'm saying mommy issues, that there's some kind of resentment or hatred of their mother.
Oh,
or,
okay.
Or a mother figure, authoritarian.
Okay, then I had to.
Yeah, I didn't know either
way.
because I thought it was a sexual reference.
Oh, okay. It was not sexual. It was authoritative.
Okay, because like even in the anime, like if they say someone has sister issues, it's because they want to fuck their sister. Like,
Yikes.
like usually that means something else
Really?
from what I'm used to.
Is that generally across the board? because I may have really missed this for most of my
Daddy
life.
issues means, little girls who are overly attracted to anyone like their father.
Oh, well.
Not daddy gave me a hard time, but
I thought daddy issues usually referred to a woman that had issues with relationships because she didn't have a strong male figure growing up.
it usually it means trying to replace her father because either he's perfect and she wants a guy like him, or she needs his approval, so she wants a guy like him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It turns sexual at some point, so it's creepy and wrong. He's just like my dad. Ew.
Yeah, that is the one thing I can clearly say I have accomplished in life, that I have never become like my father.
I don't know how long I'm gonna last. I should have been in bed 2 hours ago, but I'm irritated tonight, so
Yeah, well,
very irritated.
whatever you're good for. I don't know if you drink, but it might help.
No, that's actually bad for sleep.
Yeah, but it can calm you down. So if you're angry or irritated, for some people it can help.
Yeah, it's not a good
Too
idea.
much is what's I think the issue, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had to go post all the links in the chat. Amiga Nuts is not here tonight, so I've got to show myself.
Mm,
Seriously, he's a big help here. I think people do not give enough credit to the people who hang out in the side chat and do these things.
I understand.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and if it's just too bad you don't have the not comment description. I don't know. Never mind. I'm trying to talk and do two things at one time. It's not coming out right. Editing your description while you're streaming. I don't know how well you do that, but
I've gotten in the habit of doing that. I hadn't been doing it before, but the last few weeks I've been better about it. Mostly just because we change topics so quickly that I like to at least kind of have something like an index there, even if I don't know the timestamps, but so that if people want to come back and look for something, they'll at least know what order the topics came up in.
Oh no, well, what I was talking about was putting, because what Amiga Nuts usually ends up doing is, that I've seen, is posting people's Twitters and all that stuff. And what I was saying was that,
yeah, I didn't have all the Twitters, but I put all your YouTube channels out there.
Not that there's much to see on mine. 2, 3.
Well, I know you've all got a few things out there.
I might take my channel down.
I would be sad about that, but if you feel you need to. I like that you were getting back into the list of questions.
I just might remake my channel and do everything anonymously.
As opposed, oh, never mind.
As opposed to tweeting it on Twitter and having people harass me.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I
know I'm a nobody. I know I'm a nobody.
Well, no, I meant I didn't mean it like that. I meant like we're all fairly still anonymous, at least as far as I can tell. Nobody knows our real names and that kind of stuff is what I meant.
Oh, I know, but it's okay. Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, even if I get 25,000 followers, I'm still a nobody.
Mm-hmm.
There's 7 to 9 billion people on the planet. I don't think I'll ever become a household name.
Yep.
And I wouldn't want to anyway.
No, I don't even feel that I want to have like a big channel on YouTube. You know, just if I had tens of thousands of followers, it's like, you know, there's no way you can respond to comments or interact with people. You know, then it's kind of defeats the purpose I was here for.
I lost 6 more people today.
I've been gaining one, losing one, gaining one, losing one for the last couple of weeks. It's really
I've
weird.
lost like 25 people over the last couple of weeks.
I don't understand the oops. That's one of those things that I don't understand when it comes to people and like Twitter and stuff. It's like, what does being followed? Well, what does subscribing to somebody who hasn't uploaded anything like in a while? What does that really? How does that really hurt? You know what I mean? Like I don't understand why people go and actively unsubscribe to channels.
Oh, I think it's just because they don't like me. It's okay.
Oh,
I think it's
well,
personal.
oh, never mind. That would be that would probably not be received properly.
Oh, no,
I was
it's okay.
I was gonna make a joke and be like, well, I can understand that, but no, I can't.
No, I am abrasive. I am caustic at times. I can be very rude and very lewd. I understand I'm not everyone's cup of tea. That's fine. But what bothers me is it seems like it comes from pettiness, and that's
Mhm.
not fine. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, if you've got a problem, just like at least say something.
Mm, I do.
Well, no, because the thing is, like, I have this bad habit of making jokes, that or are thinking about saying something as a joke and then being like, wait, that's actually too mean to make a joke of. Like one time, they were like, change one letter in a user's name to ruin their channel. And one of the people that I had just recently seen something from was Bionic Dance, and I was like, oh well, that's obvious. But then I thought about it and I'm like, no, that's just too mean to change. I was going to change your name from Dance to Dunce. That's like, wait, no, that's just too mean.
Yeah, a lot of those Twitter things I just don't like to do because they're just,
Mm-hmm.
you know, no reason to poke at people like that.
Oh, though this was meant in fun, you
Well,
know.
yeah, but I mean, you know, it depends on the people. You don't know how some people might take it.
Mm-hmm. Like changing me into irate kitty. I'm just kidding.
I like that.
That was
I like
such a
that.
lame little joke.
No, I like that. Because my sister has an irate little kitty named Xena, who got out today, by the way, went on an adventure on her own at 10 weeks old.
Oof, that's little.
She
Well,
came home and passed out. She's got such a pretty little belly.
irate kitty just means they think it's supposed to be pronounced like pterodactyl.
Well, she has claimed my brother in law, and they got her on their wedding anniversary, and Xena has decided that he is hers. So she'll stand on him and she'll give my sister looks like, back off, bitch, she's mine.
I've seen animals like that they will claim somebody in the household like no one else is supposed to touch them.
Hmm. This is a picture of her passed out after her adventure. I'll send it to you, Purple. As you can see, that is a very content kitten.
Okay, let me click over. You send it in Twitter.
Yeah, it's cute.
There we go.
It's cute. She's adorable.
What was her name?
Xena. Because she's a little warrior princess. And she's been beating the shit out of Cthulhu. That is a very pretty belly.
Sorry, I'm a little slow on the keys, so it takes me a while to to get it saved to my computer and to be able to bring it up where I can share it.
That's a very exhausted
Oh,
10-week-old kitten.
and especially because Twitter throws extra steps in the process.
Of course.
Well, Twitter, for some reason, can't just leave the file name at JPG. It's always got to add underline small or underline large. So I have to rename the file before it'll actually show up. There we go.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Isn't that a nice belly?
Oh,
My-
did you send
my-
it to Purple or did you?
There it is.
Oh, that's pretty kitty.
That's Xena.
Yeah.
She's
My-
precious.
My hair salon just announced that they're taking appointments now. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I've been waiting since March. Hooray.
I won't go, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm still pretty much avoiding anything non-essential that is being around other people.
I have a friend on Twitter
Ooh.
who it's gotten so bad in her area, she's not allowed to leave her house without a mask on. She's recently been exposed for the second time, has to go back for tests. And she said, people around me are dying. And I'm afraid for her because she works in healthcare. But what can you do? Yeah, but the kitty is Xena.
Yeah. I'm also always a little suspicious of those kind of things on Twitter, and that some of them are phishing scams, that they make a game out of it to see how many people will reveal information.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love the ones like, oh, let's go down memory lane. Oh, tell us more about yourself. Oh, what's your middle name? What's your mother's name?
Name, what school you attended, that kind of thing. And yeah, don't you realize those are the answers to the security questions your bank asked when you put the online account?
Mm-hmm. Except for no one would ever guess my answers, even if I did reveal all those things.
Tardigrades are cool. I like tardigrades.
Be the tardigrade.
I am not supposed to see that. Maybe it didn't work.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what's going to happen, because the Israeli probe that crashed on the moon had tardigrades aboard.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of wondering if there is any chance that they could actually survive on the moon.
Sure.
Why not?
They survive everywhere else in space.
Well, see, that's what I'm wondering about. You know, like, if we do a manned mission to the moon 5 years from now, are they going to find tardigrades in the lunar soil?
Why not?
Well, what do tardigrades eat?
Well, part of the thing with the tardigrades is apparently they can go into a dormant state for several years. So they don't have to eat anything for like 5 years.
Right, but eventually, I mean, if they go up in 5 years.
Do you know how much poop is in space, though?
Space poop. I wouldn't think a lot.
There's a lot.
Oh, now how do you know that?
Because I watch QI.
Okay, tardigrades suck juices from algae, lichens, and moss. Some species are carnivorous and even cannibals.
Okay, so they could serve the ones that are, if they sent one that's are cannibalistic, then it has a chance. But like my thing is like, yeah, it might be able to live 5 years without food, but in 10 years they're all going to be dead because there's not going to be any food,
Well,
and
Well-
they reproduce and they only eat half their babies.
right. That's why I said if once you go they're cannibalistic, well then that's kind of different.
Well, also on
diminishing
that same
returns.
probe,
If they can't eat, they can't breed. You have to have the physical energy, the physical substance material
Yeah.
to grow, to become, to change into what you are through digestion and stuff.
in that same space probe, they also had some agricultural experiments to see if some seeds could sprout in space. So there is some kind of plant material aboard that same probe as well.
I think it's a stretch, but
It is.
Well,
It's a
they
huge
did an
stretch.
article.
Yeah.
They did an article on it in Live Science, so it's not that much of a stretch.
It's a huge stretch. It would just be amazing if they actually could survive up there.
Oh man, I just realized I left my Duff beer can in the car.
Where do you get a Duff beer can?
From Cos Plus World Market. It's Duff. It's an orange flavored energy drink, but the can design is from Duff Beer on The Simpsons. And I just thought about it as I was sitting here.
Okay, I was wondering if somebody had actually, like sold beer under the Duff label.
No, they made an energy drink with that name.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Who was this? Somebody posted a sign that it's a danger high voltage sign on a thing, but they've edited it to say danger. Not only will this kill you, it will hurt the whole time you're dying.
I just retweeted that on Twitter a little while ago.
Oh, that's why I see it. Is you retweeted it.
Back home in Milwaukee, there's this company, WH Brady, and one of the things they do, among others, is to make all of these different stickers, corporate industrial warning stickers and stuff. And one of my customers who work there would every once in a while slip in to the production files and change them to say weird things like that. And so we'd get these very official looking, high quality stickers with just insane warning statements on them, like the one you just quoted. God, that's an old memory. It's 30 some years ago.
Well, I think that they need to have warning signs like that. Because
Go ahead.
Well, just too often the ones they have, it's like people think they don't have to pay attention to the warning signs, and if they survive, they go and sue the company. Or their families do.
Well, that's what I was saying. It's like I think that by and large, you've become too sterilized. Like warning, high voltage. Okay, what does that mean? It's like, no, warning, high voltage. Not only will this kill you, but it'll hurt the whole time. I think that's part of the whole thing. It's part of why a lot of people aren't taking COVID-19 seriously. Like, if the news was showing pictures of how people die when they die from this, that would change things in people's opinions of it, because they would be like, wow, that's horrible.
I agree. But it doesn't help that so many of the, high up politicians are trying to downplay it and say it's no big deal.
I ran into a guy the other day at Walmart. He and his girlfriend were not wearing masks. And I did a motion in front of my face and said, you should be wearing a mask. And he barked at me. The president doesn't wear a mask. Why should I? And I said, well, the president
because
is a
you're
moron.
smarter than the president. I'm sorry.
Well, and here's one of the things I question, that after his last rally, several of his staffers were found to have the disease. And he's been hanging around with these people. So even if he tested positive for it, would they be not releasing that information?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah, so yeah, is he infecting more people every time he goes out to speak and they're not even aware of it?
Well, Pence is applauding Trump because Trump has officially begun to withdraw the U.S. from the World Health Organization. He's doing that as the
Yeah.
pandemic spikes. So, you know.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
you know, there has not been one
Oh.
thing that Trump or the federal government has done correctly in handling this. So, unfortunately, if they do completely manage to take the U.S. funding from the World Health Organization, that's going to screw up a lot of other countries because, obviously we send more money than a lot of smaller countries do because we can afford to. That roughly, it's something between 20 and 25% of the World Health Organization's budget is from the U.S. So,
Well, the WHO is headquartered in
Oh.
Geneva,
yeah,
but they also have different, you know, places around the planet. We do have one in it's not the headquarters, but we do have a WHO in Washington,
yeah,
I believe. But you know, they don't really need us as much as we think because they are, other countries look at health as an importance. We're the dumbasses that don't invest in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a disaster, but you know.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, not
Oh.
only is it a disaster, but I just think the way the U.S. is handling it, is atrocious in itself and inexcusable because, yeah, we're not even just putting our own people at risk by handling it badly. We're keeping the virus going so that it can keep spreading back to other countries.
Well, then they just won't come here or trade with us or invest in us or let us visit them. We're basically just cutting ourselves off from the rest of the planet.
To some degree, but not trading with the U.S. is not really an option for a lot of countries just because we're the biggest market in the world.
If we're all gonna die, they're not gonna get any money from us anyway. If we release COVID back into their economy, they're not gonna make any money anyway. There's no point in dealing with a country that is so riddled with COVID that it would, if they brought it home, it would reinfect their population. It's expensive.
Again, it's one of those things that, I don't think it's an easy thing for other countries to just walk away. I think it's a more complicated matter than that.
I think they'll adjust. Maybe it's just because I think that, the United States isn't that, like, we tend to think of ourselves as special or powerful but we're we're like uh, a 19-year-old high school graduate, hasn't even started college yet, who's got, you know, their first credit card and they've maxed it. You know what I mean? And they're trying to keep up with appearances with their friends. Like, I
Yep.
got all this stuff and everything's I'm in debt, but look at my new shoes. I'm an
Yep.
adult now. That's the United States.
Yeah, on Jur, for 2 years I was asking if I rode a canoe across Lake Superior if I could find a Canadian to give me asylum, but I never found anybody willing to do it.
Hey, Perp.
Yeah. What, Jenny? Okay.
Did I miss something?
I'm not sure, but she had to
can't
drop
hear her.
off, so she'll probably be back. She may have gotten a phone call she had to take or something.
Okay.
Yep, there she's back.
Hey, Perp.
Yeah.
I sent you a picture on Twitter. Can you share it?
Okay, like I said, take me a minute to...
Yeah, no problem. Chat, the picture is going to post up as something I'm looking for on the market, and I'm just asking for extra eyes to help me find this item. And if you find it, just send me a note through Twitter or whatever, and duh, it'll be self-explanatory when you see it.
Yep.
The
Angie's here?
suspense is killing me.
I just
Yeah,
Angie's
Angie's in
here?
the side chat.
Yay,
Where is she?
Angie. Look who can't
Hi,
sleep.
yeah, there she is. Hi, Angie.
Look who can't sleep, Angie.
Okay, there you go.
I'm dying.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Isn't
there's
that
the
gorgeous?
hairpiece that Jenny wanted.
Isn't that gorgeous? I can't tell if... Do you think that's just a comb?
Yeah. I think Amazon is full of them.
I never thought of looking at Amazon. I wouldn't know how to describe it for a search.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't know what words you'd put in the search term to find it.
I could in a paragraph, but
Here, let me try. It's like
doorknob head is here. He'll know.
Do rhinestone wedding hair clips.
Why is it a wedding hair clip?
Because that's what it is.
I can see why they'd say it, call it that.
I mean, you could wear it for other things too, but that's basically the reason. I'm getting married. I need this thing in my hair.
No, if it's for a wedding, you can't use it for anything else. It's
no,
the
you
rules.
can use it for everything else if you want to. Just wedding crystal headpiece or rhinestone wedding hair. Just search and you'll find a ton of the motherfuckers.
Yeah, and all I have to do is find my Amazon app. I know I used to have one.
I mean, they're everywhere. Like, I swear the same model is in the ones I'm looking at right now. Same hair, same model.
It could very well just be a stock picture of it that, whatever companies are selling it probably got the same stock picture in the catalog.
Yeah, but to me that just means that my search words are correct.
Yep. Yeah, sounds like you hit it right on.
And what words did you use again? I'm sorry.
Rhinestone wedding hair clips.
Those aren't real diamonds. Oh, I wanted real diamonds,
Did
or
you
at
want to
least
pay
cubic
for real
zirconia.
diamonds?
Well, no. Okay. Rhinestone.
Wedding hair clips. And they'll show you combs and all kinds of things.
Oh. Oh.
See?
Blue opal. Oh, that's beautiful. Only $13.
See? Not bad,
Yay,
right?
rhinestones.
So there you go. You're
Oh,
brought to
thank you
the
so
right
much,
place.
Faye.
No problem. You could
Oh,
also
I
change
never
wedding to prom and you might find something a little less.
I never imagined them to being so affordable.
Tiaras aren't that bad either. If you want a tiara.
No, I'm not the tiara type.
Okay, when is ever an appropriate occasion to wear a tiara?
Cleaning the cat box whenever you feel down. I've got 3 of them. I wear them
Okay.
often. When you're feeling ugly or you're sick, just put that damn crown on your head and go, yeah. It's never inappropriate to wear a tiara. Are you kidding?
Ooh.
See what I mean?
Sammy is complaining that I'm not keeping him entertained enough.
Oh. Who's complaining? Sammy?
Yep. Sorry, people, I'm going to have to shut down the chat and play with my cat.
No, of course. Anyway, I should probably
Hey,
get going
chat.
anyway.
It's okay to talk about girl stuff once in a while. Okay? Just once in a while, hey?
I have no problem about you talking about girl stuff on here.
I know, but the show's for the audience.
I'm
Kinda,
back.
sorta.
The show is largely to keep Doc Fearsome from dying of boredom while he's at work.
Let's just put it this way. I think everyone should know about shiny, pretty things because don't you ever have to buy gifts like this for somebody? Whether it's for a teenager going to prom or someone's getting married and they need, and well, it's not just a girl thing, it's a person thing.
I can't see it coming up anymore in my life. When I was raising teenagers, yes.
You won't get any argument from me.
Just sometimes you need a little bit of bling, especially if it's cheap
Yeah.
bling.
Well, unfortunately, I don't really have much of an eye for aesthetics, so buying jewelry or anything that's a purely visual thing for somebody, I would not trust my own taste to get something that they would find at all appealing.
A rhinestone ponytail clip. Pretty simple. Hard to mess up. The only thing
I would
is,
like
rhinestones, your hair gets caught on the metal facets that hold in the stones. And
Yeah.
you have to be careful when you take those things out or you'll pull your hair.
The prongs.
I mean, you can get stars, you can get green looking ones that look like leaves, you can get the pearls, they come in black, they come in
Oh, now
white.
that's stupid.
What?
They have
SpongeBob
one
one?
in all capital letters, like a Helvetica type. Um, it- Everything is rhinestone. It just says bride. It's like, oh, you got to label yourself? That's That's dumb. That's just stupid.
That's how some brides are, though.
Well, I can see that being helpful if you're doing something like a what's the female version of a stag party?
Hen do.
And you want people to know who the bride is versus other things.
Oh,
Yeah. That's frequently done.
I would like to get back into making jewelry. I used to fabricate and do casting. I couldn't do the casting anymore because I don't have the equipment for it. But fabrication is you just need a propane torch for that, and a proper fitting for flame size.
Yeah, I have a friend in New York who makes hair clips like that. Mostly she does beadwork. But I'm not sure what you were asking about the kitty in the picture, actually. That's not Sammy. This is Sammy-san. He is my current pal, my little companion here. The one in the picture was Simon, who was one of the 3 that in New York joined me from the feral colony in the park. Although he never really got to totally being a house cat. He just decided he was going to live in the basement and didn't really want anybody to touch him. But, at least I was able to bring him in to where he had a warm place to live and was getting fed every day. So I gave him a better life, but about 2 months before I moved, I just stopped seeing him anymore, so I don't know whatever happened to him. He just stopped coming in.
That's a shame. But that said, I've got to try to sleep again. I have an appointment in the morning.
Okay.
Over the phone, so I can look like hell, but I need to be cognizant.
It was wonderful to be able to run into you here.
Yep. Yes. I'm glad you're able to come in with us for a while.
And I hope you find a nice hairpin.
I'm sure I will. Now that I got thousands of leads here.
What I need to do is I need to try to sew together some more masks, because mine is disintegrating because I wash it so much.
Well, see, you can solve that problem. Just don't ever wash it.
Ew!
I have 2 masks that I wash. I use one and then I sell it and then I wash it and I use the next one the next day.
Yeah.
I do something similar, but I have like nylon ones that go next to my face, and I put a cloth one over that. It's a little hot, but I prefer the thick feeling.
Yeah, so I've got 3 of them here just to make sure I can always have, one that I can wear while the others are drying.
If I was really desperate, I would just cut a bra in half and use a cup over my face. Because I don't care.
I have 3 different that I rotate.
Yep.
Bras or cups or
no masks?
Okay. Oh, I just mentioned the bra thing, so I wasn't sure. I'm sorry. Hey, I have one bra and I resent it. I can't wait until it goes away.
I finally found one that I really like, and I literally saved the packaging, and so I wait. I would like 2 or 3 weeks after I've bought one, I would buy another one, order online the same one, because I'm just tired. It's always been hard for me to find bras that I like, but this one I do. So,
have you ever been professionally measured?
If by professionally measured you mean gone to Victoria's Secret, then the answer would be yes. But that's
not
professional.
Victoria's Secret.
That's as close to professional as I've ever gotten.
Yeah, I've been professionally measured, and I'll never do that again.
Why is
How
that?
come?
Not because it was unpleasant, but because it's like, oh, a woman's bra only has a lifespan of 30 days. I'm not
Bullshit.
buying a bra a month. I don't wa- considering the fact that too, you usually use 5 in rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And etc. etc. Imagine like having to buy 5 bras a month for the rest of your life. I'm down to 1. It is a sports bra. I don't care about uniboob. And
Not,
most of the time when I go out, I'm not wearing one. The bra is for work or to sleep in.
I can't see replacing them just because of the cost. 5 a month at $50 a pop.
Well, let's put it this way. I don't wear underwire anymore because the underwire came loose and pierced me on both sides. I was bleeding at work because of my bra.
Oh,
I
that's a
bled through
problem.
my blouse, etc., etc., etc. I hate bras. I think they're a bad idea, and I think everyone should give them up and just let the girls loose.
You know, there's new research that talks about that as something most women should think about. Um, that binding yourself up in a bra is just not a good thing, health wise, for long term.
I don't I don't know if I agree with that, but a bra is just to me a place to store things.
Yep, it's auxiliary pockets.
You know, and I would rather have pockets in my clothing than have to put everything into,
Hmm.
you know, that treasure trove. You
It's
know.
where it's where I put my cell phone.
Since
Got
we're on,
I have
pockets.
put things in the underboob, forgotten about it, gone in to take a shower. You know, you lift up your arms and start to wash, and you're like, oh, that's where it went.
since we're on the subject, I dropped a link in the chat of a place that my fiance highly recommended as
Okay.
being the first place she ever got a bra that actually fit her.
I forget where my sister's getting hers, but they sound ultra comfortable, but I could not be moved. I could not. No,
There,
no,
there's a shop in
no.
Madison, Wisconsin that I'd like to try, but you know that's 200 miles. I don't know if I want to drive 200 miles to get a bra fitting.
Well, all I know is the bra thing.
Yeah,
Totally overrated waste of clothing. It's only useful if you're wearing an outfit where you might pop out. Or you might have a button failure. Other than that, nah. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Um,
yeah. My fiance also had that problem that um, it would have burst her clothes open if she didn't have a bra.
at my cousin's wedding, I was really grateful I was wearing a bra because I was dancing with my boyfriend and he twirled me around and my top 3 buttons burst open. He didn't tell me, and no one told me until I got back to the table, that everyone could see my polka dot demi cup. And I'm like, what if I was popping out of my demi cup? Would no one tell me?
Darn Head says, imagine if you were a cow and eating a bra.
Yeah.
No. Uh,
Okay. Well, good night, Faye. You get some good rest.
Yes,
thanks.
rest well, sleep tight.
Yes. I'll sleep well when I'm not seething anymore. And talk to you later.
Good night.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Good night. Okay, and we have Milking Stools wanting to come in now.
Oh Lord.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, you
He's
want me in now? I've been sat here for like an hour.
Well, we were hoping you were going to go
we've barely
away.
been on that long.
Am I?
How you doing, Willie?
Yeah, Willie my ass. Am I?
It says right there in your picture, Willy Wonka.
Have I been sent to the bad place? Purple
No.
has made me sit in the green room for like an hour.
And I told you it was nothing personal. I've just learned it is better not to have certain people in at the same time. So,
Well, that does not make me feel better. I'm a good boy. You know this.
And I have been telling people that you have been behaving much better the last couple of weeks.
That's not patronizing whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't want drama in here. I don't really know how to deal well with it when I know there are people who aren't going to react well with each other.
I don't do drama. I don't even understand what this is all about. So I'll let it drop. But I have no idea. Okay. I have no idea. So, hello, boys and girls. It's lovely to see you.
Hello.
I do like it very much. Oh, seriously, purple. No.
Oh, you're gonna kill my ears.
Sorry, I told you I have
that.
to keep my kitty entertained.
Stop doing that.
That's his favorite toy.
It hurts my ears. It's so bad. Oh my god.
Okay, I'll have to play this back later and see what it really sounds like to everyone else.
It's very painful. It really is. I was getting so paranoid there, and you know, the fun thing is you're all now sat on my lap. I've got the shit headset on. You're all on my lap, and you're all very warm and comfortable.
I could sit on your lap.
I know you could, Jenny, but you're a weird fuck.
Why, thank you.
I know. I think I might be a bad person. I'm trying to work out why I'm a bad person. I'm not totally sure. I don't think I did
I don't
anything
think you're a bad person. I
bad.
think a lot of people don't know how to take you. You know, it might be some time to get used to you to figure it out.
Okay, that's patronizing. So I am a bad person.
No.
You're abrasive if they don't know what you're doing. Like if they don't realize that you're just being a, you know.
Well, like you say about trying to take the piss out of everyone.
Yeah, some people can't take that.
Yeah, I feel bad now. Okay.
Oh, that's
sorry. I'm trying my best. I don't want to make anybody feel bad. Well, that's not true. There may be a dozen people I can think of that I would want to make feel bad, but I don't think any of you would know.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things where people don't like a certain person, blah de blah, whatever. I have no intention of going down that route, as you Americans would say.
I like fucking with my sister-in-law.
Okay, okay.
I don't mean that in the sexual sense.
Yeah, okay.
As in like mind fucking.
Yeah, I was just going to not comment and hope the conversation switched to another topic.
She's a very, very smart woman. She can do calculus like crazy. She's a math teacher.
I think Jenny understands how to fuck with people's brains, and that's why I enjoy being amongst Jenny, because she gets it. You know, you've got to have a laugh with people's brains. If you don't do that, then you're boring.
Well, my sister-in-law is as brilliant as she is. She falls for internet scams.
Oh gosh, no.
And phishing and stuff like that.
Oh dear.
You know, yeah, she's a fangirl, and is just easily caught up in hype and stuff like that.
I have an aunt
So I
like
used that against her, and
It must
tried
be very
to
awful
fuck
to
with her.
have. It must be very awful to have a person in your family who's such a gullible idiot.
Harsh words.
No, I didn't mean it personally. I meant it generally. It must be very awful to have a family member who's, you know, that way inclined.
Yeah.
I have that issue with my aunt. Like, I had to explain to her so many times, like, no, don't do this. Don't do that. Don't tell people this information. Don't play these games. You know, she likes to sit on Facebook all day, but then, like, does the stupid Facebook things.
Yeah, that's what mine gets caught up in is very commonly Facebook bullshit.
I honestly thought that this would have been not a thing anymore. The Facebook thing. I honestly thought that people would have learned their lesson. But
It's
apparently not.
it's weird because it's like my parents' generation. Which
Do you
might be,
think it's... Sorry. Do you think
you,
it's the older people?
yes.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up with internet and all this stuff. So I'm familiar with it, but like my parents, they didn't, and they'll just
Yeah. Yeah. That's the whole thing about... it's
Well, I
like
don't.
the QAnon thing.
mhm.
That's a little cheeky scam that's been designed to attract the this will sound bad, but the older people
Mhm.
who aren't necessarily okay with how the world works and the internet and so forth.
Well, yeah.
I'm babbling, sorry.
Well, and
QAnon,
the trolls
QAnon
the trolls
is, is
understand that stuff. That's why, so many of these things are things like, them trying to fake out that they're from Social Security or that.
QAnon is a conservative extremist group that is interested in
Q,
lying, cheating, stealing, and getting
if
people
you
to
if you've
join their
seen
ranks
if you've
through
seen the
manipulation and
actual
lies.
if you've seen the actual somebody did some research into this, and it was a legitimate newspaper, a legitimate news source, and they basically told you how QAnon started. It's basically an old woman who had a shit YouTube channel. That's basically it. And she made up a conspiracy theory, and all the weirdo American right-wing people fell for it. It's a joke. That's all it is. It's not real.
Well, yes, we know that.
I know. But there are
Yeah.
people who do think that it's real, and that's so bizarre. Utterly bizarre.
Yeah. And again, it comes back to that thing that if I didn't have ethics, I'd have a lot more money because, I know I could come up with this stuff and I could, I could lay it on quick enough that, yeah, I'd get some people to buy into it and I have myself a nice sum of money before they figured out what was going on.
The only thing that you need to do, excuse me, the only thing that you need to do to make a lot of money, if you're an American, is
Start a church?
no, that's old school. You need to pretend that you've spent all your life being, quote, a registered Democrat, and then all of a sudden say, "Oh, I'm now a Republican." and watch your clicks and views go up. You know what I'm saying? You know, Rubin, Dave Rubin, and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
It's the way to make a lot of money. You know, I've got morals.
Well, it's how Stephen Colbert made his career.
Yeah, but that's different. I'm solely tempted to do it because even though I've got morals, I've also got debts. So I think
Ooh, an 11-year-old girl died of the virus.
Oof.
Where was that?
Didn't say.
Yeah, it's hitting people of all ages, but I was watching a thing on one of the PBS science channels on YouTube that was talking about its symptoms and explaining some of the reasons why it may be more likely to affect older people.
this is very weird because you're in a different country, we get different information, and we're slightly ahead of you. So, yeah, you're kind of reading a history book.
No, this, the PBS stuff was just posted on YouTube today. But they've got a running series on it, so it's like every couple of days they have to find another topic or another angle related to it.
Yeah. It's all very depressing.
Yeah.
There was one piece of good news today.
No, I don't believe you.
Michael Cohen was dragged back to prison.
Who?
Michael Cohen,
Yeah,
Trump's attorney.
Oh, yeah. I'm bad with names and I forget who people are. You have to tell me what they did.
Well, apparently they had released him with the virus thing. The prison density and the virus. Oh, we got to let these guys go because they're rich, and apparently it was a house arrest, and he's been caught at a couple of restaurants.
So has Cohen been let out of prison now?
No, now he's back in.
Okay, because he's a really...
Okay. So
Cohen...
because of the problems with the overcrowded prison, they released a bunch of people who were rich from the prisons that are the least crowded.
Yeah, and because having people, in close quarters is dangerous. Except on the other hand, you got to be sure to open up the schools, put all the kids together in close quarters.
But they're not releasing the black guys who are stuck 4 to a cell in cells that are 8 foot by 10 foot.
No, of course not. They're black guys. Duh.
Cohen is a really important person when after November, when Trump is kicked out. Cohen is going to be a major witness in the New York stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, not just New York. There are attorney generals of 17 states that already have cases pending against Trump.
Yeah, I get confused with this one, Purple. What I mean is it New York State or New York City? I don't know how it works.
It's the attorney general of New York State that has several cases against him.
Yeah.
Several things that had to do with before he was president, with his financial dealings of his various, hotels and things.
Yeah. You can't see me on camera, but I'm literally praying. No, not literally praying, but you know what I mean?
Yep.
When he's out of office, New York will do its thing.
Well, New York's the most aggressive one. And that's the thing, that it's like, he's probably going to wind up in prison in one state, and as soon as he gets out, he'll be tried in another state and be put in prison there. And, it's like, even if each one of them only gives him 2 or 3 years, he'll be passed around for so long, it'll effectively be a life sentence.
Yeah.
Just the crimes that he's committed in New York alone will keep him in prison till the day he dies.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Donald Trump is going to die in prison.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Well, I'm sure that
He
You know,
definitely
before
will.
he's officially out of office, he is going to have to leave the country.
When he's out of office and he's not protected by his presidency, New York will totally. It will do its job. It will.
Well, I think he is hated so much worldwide that there's, other than Russia,
Oh my gosh,
think there's-
Jenny!
I don't think there's any place that he can go that he wouldn't be
Yeah,
arrested and turned over for extradition.
Russia's only interested in him because he owes them money. If they know he's lost his money and they're not going to get their money back, they're not going to give a shit about him.
I keep saying this because I'm a bit of a
What?
nerd about
Yeah.
this subject. Because
Yeah, it's
forget
fascinating.
about pre 2016. This guy is a lifelong con man, and he's got away with so much throughout his life.
Oh,
And he's kind of protected now, or he thinks he is, whatever.
Yep.
But once he's lost that protection of being the president, or let's put it this way, when he's no longer the leader of the free world, have a laugh at that fucker, then he's going to be a normal day-to-day person. And I pray to my fucking testicles that New York will do its job. Because I want this cunt to go down. I apologise for the bad language. I want him to go down in a fashion bigly. Because he's not just destroyed... I'll rephrase. He's not just messed up your country. He's messed up the fucking world.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Many countries have been screwed up by his policies.
Oh, yeah. I know. I keep saying this. It's not just about your country. He's doing bad things to you guys, but he's also fucking up the world.
Yeah, well, Doorknob had saying this, but in Trump's case, I don't think that there's going to be enough people willing to defend him. So, yeah, I think he definitely would be going to prison for a long time.
Oh, no. Oh, God, damn, I feel so fucking... Oh, you can sense it in my voice. When he's lost that protection of being the president, he will go to prison for a long time. Until the day he dies.
Well, and another question that has come up now is, even if he manages to avoid the U.S. justice system, there are other countries who have mentioned bringing him up about war crimes.
Oh, the fucker is... Oh, damn. I didn't come here to talk about politics. I apologise, but I hate that C word so much. He's such a pile of fucking evilness.
He's a cunt.
I'm not going to say that word because I'm a good boy. But I agree with you.
I am not
He
going to say
absolutely
he's a
is.
cunt because that would be offensive to women.
Do you remember Scaram? What's his name? Scaramucci?
Yeah, Scaramucci. Yep.
I was listening to him the other day because he's now turned into a good boy.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. Yeah, whatever. But he turns up on my radio every now and again, and I think he summed it up very nicely when he said about the orange one that Trump does not understand what people are. To Trump, people are objects like a car or a shoe. He's got no empathy whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
no,
He certainly has no
No.
empathy for the people who work for him,
because I haven't watched
you
them
know,
yet.
or at this point with the population at large that he's supposed to be protecting.
You know what? I feel so sorry for you guys, and I shouldn't be feeling that because here in UK land, we've got a lot of shit going on. but I really do feel so sorry for you guys. I really do. And that's not me being patronising.
Yeah, no, but you've got enough of your own stuff to deal with. So with Brexit and with Boris Johnson, you're not that far behind us.
Further info, that 11-year-old girl was in Florida.
Okay. Less surprising there. I know that their number of new cases per day has been skyrocketing.
Purple,
Yeah.
what we need on the right side of the screen, we need an ometer. We need a shitometer. So we can judge how shit our lives are. No, sorry, how shit the world is.
Yeah.
It will go up to 11. I think we're on. What would we be? How shit the ometer would be? I think we're on 9 at the moment.
I don't know. If we had established it a couple of months ago, I think that we would have already been up to 13 out of 11. But
you could be correct.
you know, it's all a relative thing, and it's like that's the problem with this year, is that somehow it keeps getting worse, even when you never imagined it could get this bad.
This is very true. Yeah. Very true. Yeah. I'm still astounded that we're living in 2020 and there is a pandemic.
Yep.
And most of the people on this planet couldn't give a fucking shit.
Yeah.
I would never have expected this. I could not have predicted it.
Okay, it's like, okay, yeah, a pandemic's horrible, but now China's got cases of bubonic plague. You know, murder hornets are horrible, but we've got record swarms of locusts. It's like no matter what you bring up, there's something worse coming a month behind it.
Okay, bubonic plague happens every year throughout the world.
It's actually not that bad because it can be treated with antibiotics. Like you catch it early enough, and the death rate on that is
it's bacterial. It's not a big deal.
Well, I knew that they could treat it now, but I didn't know if there was like any vaccine for it or not.
Locust plagues also happen somewhere every year.
Yeah.
So that's not a big deal.
Well, it's just the size of them this year. And because the farms are already having problems, you know, there could be some disruption to food supplies.
The big fear that we're facing is not the politics. It's not the racism. It's the climate, baby. You know, if we don't get that in underhand, nothing else matters.
Well, okay, Doorknob Head, you want to come in here and be optimistic for us? So much for optimism. That was while Doorknob had Stool had his camera on and now he runs away.
No, Doorknob Head, we're not killing the planet. We're killing our ability to live on it. The planet will go on, and 200 years after we're gone, the planet will be like we never existed.
I've been trying to explain that since
concrete
the 80s.
That we've left.
Yep. I've been trying to explain that since the 80s. We're not going to destroy the planet. We're just going to make it uninhabitable for our species. You know, no matter what we can do to it, I am sure that cockroaches and spiders are going to survive, even if everything is knocked down to that level and evolutionists start over from there. But there's always going to be something that's going to surviving, and the cycle will start all over, even if it will take, you know, millions of years to get back to where we are. That's about right.
Except I expect most apex predators are going to survive as well.
Well,
Deer are
no.
not going to go. Deer are not going away. They're fucking everywhere like rats.
Yeah.
They're
It depends what level we mess it up to, because, you know, in a mass extinction, the apex predators go first. Generally, what survives will be the scavengers, and those will become the next series of predators.
Sorry.
That was a cute little sneeze.
Yeah, I get that. My boyfriend tells me, or my friends tease me. They say I don't sneeze and cough. I squeak and bark. I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Yeah, that's a line from Mythbusters.
I like sneezing. Is that weird?
No. Actually,
I consider it nasal orgasm.
well, that's the thing. Like, from what I heard, or what I've heard, like, sneezing is the closest you can get to an orgasm.
Yep.
Without having an actual orgasm.
Okay. An apex predator is basically if you see the food chain as being like a pyramid, the apex predators are, you know, generally the biggest, most aggressive predators up at the top who feed on a whole series of other things.
A pretty easy way to say is if it's something that doesn't get hunted. Like, we are an apex predator for the most part because we're generally not hunted. Lions, wolves in some places.
Yeah, that's a better way to phrase it.
If we're out in their environment and they're hungry and we don't have weapons, we are their next meal.
Well, yeah.
They are apex predators to us.
Well, we are apex predators as long as we stay in groups. There's very little that will challenge a group of humans. Individually, not so much. You know, and that's how we got to where we are today, was, you know, through the hunter-gatherer phase, was just grouping together. If there were a couple dozen of us together, even a saber-toothed tiger wasn't going to attack a group. Okay, who's Randy Orton?
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, generally the apex predators are the first to go extinct, because when the food chain collapses, they're the ones who need the most. So just at any other rung falling apart, there are less prey available to them.
Doorknob Head's most recent comment.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have that already.
He said he would. He said it on his show.
Okay, now you're going to make me look things up. You don't pay attention to my channel. That's supposed to work the other way around.
Oh, he's a wrestler. Don't bother.
Oh.
He means nothing.
Okay, see, on my channel, I'm supposed to just tell stories that get you interested enough to do research on your own. I'm not supposed to do research here. If you had watched any of my edited videos, that's right in the sign-off. Okay, now see, this is about Alex Jones, and it's like, I think everybody misheard him. If you listen to the interview, he said, "I'll eat giraffes."
No. He was talking about his neighbors, killing and eating his neighbors.
I know. I'm
Oh.
trying to make a joke.
Oh, okay. I
He,
thought
he has giraffes for neighbors. What?
he's a monkey in the zoo. Is that what you're trying to say, Purple? That's the only way I could think about him having a giraffe for a neighbor.
Never mind it. Yeah, it didn't work.
Sorry.
Although, where I had been living in Michigan, I did feel kind of bad because I really felt that most of my neighbors weren't as smart as cows. So it seemed a little unfair to be eating hamburgers.
I've started watching this channel called the Hoof GP, and it's basically this guy, and he does hoof trimming on cows in Scotland. And I'm like 90% sure that the reason that I watch the show is because he's got an accent.
He's a farrier.
No, farriers are horses.
Oh, okay. I thought they did both.
Okay, he would have to have like a really interesting accent or be incredibly sexy, because why else would you watch a show about somebody trimming cows' hooves?
Well, because sometimes he has really grody like conditions on the cows. So here, I'm going to share my screen for a second. Where's the button? Oh, I didn't do it right.
That wasn't the right thing to share.
No, that was the right thing. Thing to share. But I wanted to have audio so that you could hear him.
Welcome to the Hoof GP. In today's episode, we're taking a look at this gnarly, twisted, and seriously bad-looking foot. We're going to see what...
Did you hear? Did you see?
Poor critter.
Yeah, so like he does this stuff where like this is kind of grody, just so that you know, like he takes down the hoof and exposes ulcers and things underneath in the heel, and then treats them so that the cow can recover. Because if a cow or a horse has got something wrong in their hoof, and you remove that part, the hoof just keeps growing behind it. So he's got a Scottish accent or something, and he does gross bleedy things.
Yep. Why does stool keep coming in and out?
So you're attracted to the accent or to the gross bleedy things?
Well, not much of either. I just think it's interesting to watch.
Oh.
Let me see. I'm going to see if I can find like the worst one that he's done that I've seen. Oh. Okay, I'm going to show the thing again, Purple. But like, just be warned, this is pretty gross.
This video follows the genuinely unbelievable transformation of this horrible, painful mess of a cow's foot into what it's become today.
Num, 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 num.
That's blood and pus coming out of that poor cow's foot. That's what he ends up having to do to it. Like, gross.
Yep.
I think Stool's having problems.
I'm not one for watching the gross stuff, so
I watch it more because, like, while it is kind of grody, but also it's the recovery and seeing the animal better at the end. Like, he'll get animals coming in that can barely walk, and then he does this thing, and the cow walks out of the thing like it's nothing wrong with it.
I can understand that. It just Yeah, not something that I would be watching.
Fair.
Do you watch the Pimple Popper, Dr. Pimple Popper?
I try and not think of that person. Because if I start watching, I won't stop. It's just pop. My problem watching that is just like seeing some of those people and being like, how do you let yourself go like that?
Living in the U.S. and not being able to see a doctor until you're gross enough to be on TV with.
Well, see, the thing is that like she's just going in and popping pimples, and like the ones where. No, he's not torturing the poor cows. I don't see anything with Aunt Jer. Well, he's not a doctor. He's a hoofer. I don't know. Like no, but I've seen some of those pimple poppers where like it's just the entire face. Their entire face is just covered in blackheads and all, and I'm just like, dude, wash your face. What the heck? How did you get that far? Like the ones where they're popping like something behind the ear and on the back and stuff like that. That's understandable. Like you can't see and reach those spots, but some of them I'm just don't understand.
Okay, bye, Doc.
Bye-bye, Doc Doc.
Okay, what?
That was in response. He said, because if I start watching, I won't stop.
Yeah.
Classic kitty answer. Unexpected, but when she said it, totally expected.
I got all that. I'm not sure
Good.
what this is with the mushrooms and the snakes at the end.
You see, I'm not seeing anything like that. Like whatever you're showing for Jenny, I said it right the first time. I'm not seeing anything but square boxes.
Oh.
Badger, 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 badger.
Oh, okay.
Mushroom, mushroom.
That's a badger. I couldn't tell what the little black bits were supposed to be there.
You know that.
Okay, but what's with the snakes at the end of it?
Because the song goes badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom, badger, 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 African snake or something like that. I can't remember. It's been forever since I watched it.
It's a snake. Ooh, a snake.
I guess I never listened to it long enough for the snakes to come into it. I just heard badgers and mushrooms.
Badger, 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 badger. I'm playing it now.
Badgers? We don't need no stinking badgers.
Yeah, share it on screen. Could use a dose of badger, badger.
Well, you don't want to get a thing, but yeah, go ahead, show it, Purple.
Yeah, this one I'd be surprised if they put a strike on.
Let me just skip it forward some so that you can be like.
Okay, I never caught the snake part before.
So now I was just watching Hammered Out before we came in here with Cirrus and Ocean, and Cirrus had never seen Amazing Horse.
I've never seen Amazing Horse.
Look at my horse is amazing. Give it a lick.
It tastes just like raisins.
Have a stroke of its mane, it turns into a plane, and then it turns back again when you...
Okay, I'm not going to do the next part, but you can look that up.
Okay, that's a new one on me too, but I'm not sure I want to look that up.
This is one I used to work with.
Where can you see lions? Only in Kenya. Come to Kenya, we've got lions. Where can you see tigers? Only in Kenya. Got lions.
Let me see. He's got a bunch of these funny little silly songs. This one's my favorite if it's here.
Narwhals swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion, cause they are so awesome. Narwhals swimming in the ocean, pretty big and pretty.
They're all ridiculously catchy if you listen to them long enough.
Yep, I know the narwhals.
Just don't let them touch your balls.
Interesting.
That's early internet stuff.
Oh, I think that's pretty contemporary too. It still fits perfectly.
Oh,
That's not a playlist. That's just me randomly Googling things.
okay. Well, we've been going for 2 hours, and tomorrow I have to go and get Sloth Girl's son, which is about 3 hours for me to drive out there and back. So I should probably wrap this up for the night here.
Okay.
Well, this is understandable.
Okay, so either of you anything coming up you want to plug?
Nah.
Just movie night tomorrow night, Friday.
Do you guys actually watch movies?
We watch YouTube vids.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering because I tried to go. I watched some last Friday. And it was like 15 minutes in. You guys hadn't started watching anything, and I got bored.
No, that's we need to draw out the movies and make them last long enough. So we can watch 20 seconds of a movie and talk about it for an hour.
Right. Fair use and all that.
Very little of it making any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just flat earthers and conspiracy videos, those kind of things.
Oh no, I was referring to our commentary.
Yeah, no, I meant as far as the type of movies that you were watching.
Well, what channel is movie
Wait a
night
minute,
on?
I have biological needs.
The Psy Strike channel, SCI Strike.
Yeah, I should try to pull that up here. Yeah, she doesn't have a link up yet for the one coming up.
Does anybody notice how Trump's double chin, when you look at it from the front, straight on, it kind of looks like a labia?
I don't want to think about that.
Okay, there's the link for the channel that movie night is on.
I'm gonna try and get on Critical Cripples question, Inquisitive Quandary. The show tomorrow morning. But it's very hotly sought after for a place to be on a panel.
Yeah.
To take it off from the times when he was in your chat asking if anybody wanted to fill in, and now he's always full. Yep. Ever since the poppening.
No, actually before that he was getting filled up.
The poppening? What was that?
He popped his bubble. He popped his
balloon.
Yeah, the exercise ball he sits on popped.
Exercise ball, rather.
Yep. You haven't seen the clip of that? Math Pig just cut out a 1-minute clip of that he was posting all over.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, Doorknob, you'll have to find a woman who's a really good friend to show that to you. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
You would refer to it as camel toe.
okay, so you'll have to find a camel who's a really good friend to show it to you.
Yeah, that's it precisely.
Okay. And on that note, we will see you all later.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Good night, Kitty.
Night.